Okay. So good morning to one and all. So in the last lecture, we started the fourth chapter, that is interprocess synchronization. Not in the last lecture, before that. So we covered two concepts, 2 points from the syllabus. That is background we covered, that is what is interprocess synchronization. We discussed with the help of example. So we taken the example of producer and consumer, and over there how the variable counter is incremented and decremented at a time, how the shared variable or common variables are accessed by these two cooperating processes that we discussed with the help of example producer consumer. Then we discussed in the last lecture critical section concept. Then after that critical section problem we discussed, and to this problem we were discussing about the solution. And before discussion of the solution, we discussed three conditions should be satisfied by the solution provided to the critical section problem. And what are these three conditions? Can anybody tell me which three conditions we discussed? Three requirements should be satisfied by the solution provided to the critical section problem. Can anybody? Yes. Come on. Who will tell me which are the three conditions? Which these three conditions should be satisfied by the solution? The students, just check in your notebook wherever you have written. So in the last lecture you have noted it down. Three conditions should be satisfied by the critical section problem solution. So the first condition is come on, answer my question.
Progress.
Progress. Okay, so actually progress, it was the second condition. First condition we discussed mutual exclusion, right? So first condition is mutual exclusion, second condition is progress, and third condition is
bounded waiting.
Good, bounded waiting. So let me show again with the help of my notes. So you have noted it down. So this is the first condition, mutual exclusion. So whatever solution is provided by the critical section problem solution, so it should satisfy the first condition, that is mutual exclusion. So it is mutual exclusion. At a time only one process should be there in its critical section. Remaining processes, they should not enter in their critical section at that time. So this is mutual exclusion. Second condition we discussed about progress. So progress, that is nothing but the situation is like this. Nobody is there in the critical section, and maybe few processes are in the remainder section, and few may be in the intersection, few may be in the exit section. So to whom can we allow to enter in the critical section? So either we can allow the processes which are in entry section or exit section. Those processes which are in the remainder section, so we should not allow such processes to enter in the critical section because they are already used critical section, and that's why then only they went to the remainder section. So in the remainder section they are utilizing the private variables, and in the critical section they are utilizing the public variables, that is global variables or common variables. So this is about progress. So only the processes which are not in the remainder section, they are able to participate in this decision. And what is the decision? Who will enter in the critical section? And whatever this decision is taken by the operating system, it should be finite. It should not be postponed indefinitely. This is about progress. And third one, that is bounded waiting. So whatever amount of time the process is waiting to enter in the critical section, so that waiting time should be bounded one. It should not be unbounded one. It should be finite one. So maybe particular amount of time the process should wait. After that waiting time, it should be allowed to enter in the critical section as it is requesting for the common resources. So these are the three conditions which we discussed. After that we started the point from the syllabus, that is Peterson's algorithm. So this point we were discussing. So under Peterson's algorithm, so three solutions or three algorithms are given by the Peterson. These algorithms are treated as a solution to the critical section problem. So these are algorithms which are treated as a solutions to the critical section problem. And from that we discussed about the first solution, first algorithm we discussed. Name of the algorithm itself, it is algorithm 1. It is algorithm 1. So we discussed in this algorithm, it is very simple algorithm. So in this algorithm, the variable turn is used. So turn is the common variable used by two processes. Actually, again, this algorithm is this algorithm we are discussing, or Peterson's algorithms are divided into two process solution. That is, we are assuming that system consists of only two processes. So that's why in this algorithm, we assume that two processes are there in the system. First process is Pi and second process is Pj. So when the turn of I will be there, so I will be in the critical section. J will not be there in its critical section. And whenever I comes from the critical section, then only J is able to enter in the critical section, in its critical section. So I'm using the word its because each process is having its own entry section, exit section, critical section, and reminder section. So as only two processes are there in the system, so either one will be in the critical section and other one may not be there in the critical section. It may be in the entry section, or it may be in the exit section, or it may be in the reminder section. So it is decided based upon the variable turn. So the variable turn, it is the common variable utilized by process Pi and process Pj. So over here, whatever structure is given, so this is the structure of process Pi in algorithm 1. So if you want to write the structure of process Pj, so you have to replace I by j and j by I. So we discussed this algorithm, and further, if you observe this algorithm, so I said that it totally depends upon the value of turn. So if the turn of I will be there, I will be in the critical section. If the turn of j will be there, j will be in the critical section. So this algorithm satisfies mutual exclusion. So just now we discussed three conditions. So solution should satisfy these three conditions. So first condition is satisfied by this algorithm, that is mutual exclusion, because if the i's turn will be there, I will be in the critical section. And if the j's turn will be there, j will be in the critical section. In the sense, only one process will be in the critical section, other may be in the other sections. They are not allowed to enter in the critical section when one is inside the critical section. So that's why it is said that this algorithm 1, Peterson's algorithm 1, satisfies the first condition, that is mutual exclusion. But if we went to the second condition, that is progress and bounded waiting, so we'll discuss. So this solution ensures that only one process at a time can be in its critical section, that is mutual exclusion. So it is having major drawback. So it does not satisfy the progress requirement because it requires strict alteration of processes in the execution of the critical section. So strict alteration. So what do you mean by strict alteration? If the turn of I will be there, so I is able to enter in the critical section. And if the turn of j will be there, so j will be able to enter in the critical section. So it may happens that in the system, in the operating system, so two processes are there, I and j. So OS has given turn to I, but I may not be ready to execute. Listen carefully to understand this drawback. What I said that it requires strict alteration. What is strict alteration? So OS tells who will enter in the critical section based upon the variable value turn. So if operating system decides there should be turn of I, and if I is not ready for execution, that is I is not ready to enter in the critical section, so till I have to enter in the critical section. For example, real life example, you may say that actually I asked one question and maybe two students, I focused on two students. For example, I am a operating system and these two students are treated as a two processes, and assume that I asked one question to both of them, but I haven't particularly asked maybe for example roll number 10 and roll number 20. So I asked the question to roll number 10 and 20. But out of 10 and 20, if I say roll number 10, you can give the answer. And suppose 10 is not ready to give the answer, and if 20 is ready to give the answer, actually I haven't asked to 20, but I asked to 10. But 10 is not ready to give the answer. 10 is not in the position to answer me. But still I asked roll number 10. Though roll number 20 is ready to give the answer. In the sense, I just want to say that two processes are there, PI and PJ. So I'm not checking the status of that process, whether that process is ready to run or not. And I'm directly giving the turn to I. I is not ready to execute, but B maybe J may be ready to execute. But I have not given turn to J. So as I have not given turn to J, unnecessarily J have to wait, though J is ready for execution. And I have given turn to I, though I is not ready for execution. I एक्झिक्युशन साठी रेडी नाहीये, तरी पण मी त्याला म्हणते की क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जा. आणि जे रेडी आहे पण जेला मी सांगत नाही की मी जेचा टर्न दिलेला नाही, त्यामुळं जे क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंटर करू शकत नाही. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्ट्रिक्ट अल्टरेशन. This is called as a strict alteration. So if turn is equal to 0 and P1 is ready to enter in its critical section, P1 can't do so. In this example, we assumed two processes, that is P0 and P1. So OS has given turn to 0, that is P0, but P1 is ready to enter in its critical section. Actually, P0 is not ready to enter in its critical section, but due to turn, P0 have to forcefully enter in the critical section. And P1 is ready, but unfortunately P1's turn is not there, and that's why P1 have to wait, right? So if P turn is equal to 0 and P1 is ready to enter its critical section, P1 can't do so, even though P0 may be in its remainder section. असं पण असू शकते P0 रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये आहे, तरी पण टर्न 0चाच ऑन केलेला आहे. टर्न इज गिवन टू 0 ओनली. इट मीन्स 0, P0 is not ready to enter in the critical section. So when P0 is able to enter in the critical section, if P0 is in the entry section, P0 जर एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये असला तरच तो क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाऊ शकतो, राईट? जर तो रिमाइंडर सेक्शन मध्ये असेल तर थोड्या वेळानंतर तो रिमाइंडर मधून बाहेर येईल आणि मग एंट्री मध्ये येईल, and then from the intersection it goes to the critical section. It means it requires some time to enter in the critical section, but unfortunately turn is given to 0. So as turn is given to 0, so by default P0 have to enter in the critical section, though P1 is ready to enter in its critical section. In the sense, P1 is in the entry section, but P1's turn is not there, and that's why P1 is not able to enter in the critical section. So this is the drawback, and that's why it is said that progress requirement is not satisfied. So hope you understood this requirement, this drawback of algorithm 1. Yes? Yes, students, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so as strict alteration is there, so though one is not ready, due to its turn it have to enter in the critical section, so it may require some time to enter in the critical section. So unfortunately or unnecessarily the wait time of that common resource may be wasted, right? Or you may take some other examples. Asa assume kara ki so somebody is asking for something from you, so maybe 2 to 3 students or persons are there, and somebody asking something from you people, and if it is available with one and it is not maybe available with other, and if that person is asking from other only, so as other is not having that particular thing, so but turn is given to the other, and that's why though the first person or student is ready to give that thing, but that student or person is unable to do so because that other person is asking to the second student or second person, right? So n number of examples are there in real life where a strict turn is taken, and due to which strict turn, in the sense we are not checking the state of that particular process, whether that process is really ready to enter in the running state. So if that process is not ready, that is, it means the process is not in the ready state, so it is quite difficult to come to the running state, or it may requires more time to come to the running state. That is, maybe process is in the waiting state and OS is saying that you can go to the running state. So if the process is in waiting state, so process have to come from the waiting state to the ready state, and then from ready state it goes to the running state. What? So this is about the first algorithm. So with respect to this first algorithm, Peterson's algorithm, so it satisfies first requirement, that is mutual exclusion. It will not satisfy the second requirement, that is progress, but it satisfies the third requirement, that is bounded waiting. How it satisfies the third requirement? So bounded waiting, that is the waiting time on the waiting time of the process should be bounded one. So as this solution is limited for two processes, so in the system only two processes are there. If one is in the critical section, other is waiting. So what will the waiting time of that other? So it depends only on the first process, because only two are there. So if one is inside the critical section, the second will be waiting for the one. So once that one comes out, so obviously second will go into the critical section, right? आता ह्या सोल्युशन मध्ये काय assumption केलेलं आहे? So this is the two process solution. It means only two processes are there in the system. मग जर दोनच प्रोसेसेस असतील तर बाय डिफॉल्ट एक जर क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये असेल तर दुसरी थोडा वेळ वेट करेल, आणि जेव्हा ती पहिली क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मधून बाहेर येईल, बाय डिफॉल्ट दुसरीला क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंट्री मारायचा चान्स भेटेल. दॅट्स वाय नोबडी इज वेटिंग, राईट? कुठलीच प्रोसेस इन्फिनाइट वेटिंग स्टेट मध्ये जात नाही, right? So that's why it is said that this algorithm satisfies first condition, that is mutual exclusion, and the third condition, that is bounded waiting, but it will not satisfy the second condition, that is progress. And what is the reason behind it? Because it requires strict alteration of processes, that is turn. So strict turn is given without checking the status of the process, or without checking the state of the process, whether the process state is ready or not. So if it is ready, then only it is able to enter in the running state. Otherwise it is quite difficult for that process to come to the running state. So it may require more time, or it may not be able to come to the running state. So this is about the first solution. So hope in the last lecture you have noted it down, right? Yes, students.
Yes.
So you have noted this algorithm. I hope you are writing this algorithm under the point Peterson's algorithm. So this is the third point which we are discussing right now. Under Peterson's algorithm, we are discussing about three algorithms which are limited again for the two processes. So out of that, one algorithm we discussed. So before proceeding to the second algorithm, so as you have noted the algorithm one, so note down this one. So this solution ensures that only one process at a time can be in its critical section, that is mutual exclusion. It also ensures bounded waiting as only two processes are there, and it is unable to satisfy the progress requirement. So note down this part, then we'll proceed to the second algorithm. All of you, hope you are noting it down. If anybody is having doubt, they can raise the problem, or they may ask the doubt. Otherwise, we'll proceed to the second solution. Over. Yes, are you writing? Yes, students. Hello, am I audible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So note it down. It's most important. So these are the solutions. So henceforth, we are discussing about solutions only. This is the first solution which we are discussing. Can we proceed further? Yes, over. Okay, so those who are not noted it down, note it down. This is the first algorithm. Those who are not noted it down or absent for the previous lecture. So we are talking about this algorithm. These are the Peterson's algorithms. First algorithm is shown in front of you. Okay, so we'll go ahead to the second solution. So this is about algorithm 2. So we'll discuss about Peterson's algorithm 2. Name of the algorithm itself, algorithm 2. So algorithm 1 doesn't give sufficient information about the state of each process. So just now I said that whether the process is in ready state or in waiting state or in terminating state. So it is not thinking about its state, and strictly it is just giving the turn without checking the state of the process. That is, process is working in which state, whether waiting state or ready state. If it is in ready state, really it is able to enter in the running state. If it is not in ready state, if it is in waiting state or terminated state or in new state, so it may require some time to enter in the running state, or it may not be want to enter in the रनिंग स्टेट. त्याला रनिंग स्टेटला एंट्रीज मारायची नसेल तरी पण त्याला आपण टर्न देतोय. So that's why it said that algorithm 1 doesn't give sufficient information about the state of each process. So it tells only which process is allowed to enter its critical section. So solution to this problem is we can replace the variable turn with the following array. Okay, so here in the algorithm 2, so we are replacing the variable turn by the array flag. So actually flag, it is the boolean type, that is either the value of flag will be true or false. So that's why it's called as a boolean. So boolean flag of 2. So this array is used. So the elements of array are initialized to false. So initially the elements, so how many elements will be there with respect to this array? That is flag of 0 and flag of 1. So flag of 0 will be set to false and flag of 1 is also set to false initially. Initially in the sense before starting the processes. So all the flags, that is flag of 0 and flag of 1, will be set to the initial value false. If flag of I is true, if flag of I is true, process PI is ready to enter the critical section. So if flag of 0 is true, so as again this is the second algorithm, again it is two process solution. It means in the system only two processes are there. So if we assume process 0 and 1, and if flag of 0 is true, if the flag of 0 is true, then PI is ready to enter the critical section. Otherwise, if flag of J is true, so process 1 will be able to enter in the critical section. So let us see the algorithm. So do, again the structure will be the same, do while, infinite do while loop, so that process may enter or execute more than once also in the system. So like a recursive function, recursive process. So do flag of I is equal to true. So that is, this is the structure of process PI. This is the structure of process PI. हे जे काय structure दिलेलं आहे हे कुठल्या प्रोसेसचं आहे, PI चं आहे. We are assuming again two processes PI and PJ. So this is the structure of PI. So if we assume the structure of PI like this, that is, first of all, PI goes to the intersection. So what is there in the intersection? So flag of I is made true, and then while flag of J. Listen carefully. Initially म्हणजे I आणि J प्रोसेस सिस्टीम मध्ये एंटर व्हायच्या अगोदर I चा पण फ्लॅग फॉल्स आहे आणि J चा पण फ्लॅग फॉल्स आहे. असं अझ्युम करा आता I एंट्री करते सिस्टीम मध्ये. सो I is trying to enter in the system. So I will try to execute. So I will execute its entry section. प्रत्येक प्रोसेस 4 सेक्शन मध्ये एक्झिक्यूट होते. एंट्री सेक्शन, क्रिटिकल सेक्शन, एक्झिट सेक्शन अँड रिमाइंडर सेक्शन. जर I पहिल्यांदा सुरुवात झाली, I पहिल्यांदा सुरू झाली तर फ्लॅग ऑफ I इज इक्वल टू ट्रू. तर I चा फ्लॅग काय होणार आहे, ट्रू होणार आहे. व्हाईल फ्लॅग ऑफ J, जेव्हा I एंटर करते किंवा I एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला सुरुवात करते त्यावेळेस J चा फ्लॅग फॉल्सच असणार आहे. बिकॉज इनिशियली वी मेड बोथ फ्लॅग फॉल्स. As we assume that I started first. So if I started first, so I will first of all execute the intersection. So what is there in the intersection? Flag of I is equal to true while flag of J. So I चा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला असणार आहे इंटरसेक्शन मध्ये I च्या. त्याच्यानंतर while flag of J. So what is the value of flag of J? It is false. So if it is false while flag of J, so if it is true, do nothing. Listen carefully to understand the condition. So while here I have written at the right hand side, I have written while flag of J, do nothing. जर J चा फ्लॅग ट्रू असेल तर काहीच करू नका. जर J चा फ्लॅग फॉल्स असेल, go ahead. So what do I go ahead? So process I is able to enter in the critical section. Because flag of I is true and flag of J is false. So while flag of J, so condition while false. So while false, it is in telling to the I, you can go to the critical section. So I goes to the critical section. So as I is in the critical section, so J is unable to enter in the critical section, because if you assume same code with respect to J, आता तुमच्या समोर जे काही कोड दाखवलेला आहे तो कोणाचा आहे, I चा आहे. जर तुम्हाला J चा कोड ट्रेस आउट करायचा असेल तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय असणार आहे, J च्या एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये फ्लॅग ऑफ J ट्रू असणार आहे, व्हाईल फ्लॅग ऑफ I critical section, flag of J is equal to false. I hope you are understanding. Are you getting my point? Yes, students. Hello, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here I have shown the structure of I. Keep in mind, इथं जे काही आपण डिस्कस करतोय ते I चं स्ट्रक्चर आपल्या समोर दिसतंय. जर आपल्याला J अझ्युम करायचे असेल तर J चं स्ट्रक्चर ह्याच्या अपोजिट असणार आहे. म्हणजे जिथं I आहे ते I J न रिप्लेस करायचे आणि J I न रिप्लेस करायचे. Right? So here we are assuming that I started first. So that's why flag of I is true and flag of J is false, because J is started next. जे पहिल्यांदा I स्टार्ट झालेली आहे, थोड्या वेळानंतर J स्टार्ट होणार आहे. सो दॅट्स वाय J चा फ्लॅग काय असणार आहे, फॉल्स असणार आहे. सो ऍज J's flag is false, I is able to enter in the critical section. So when the I will be in the critical section, J may be in the entry section. And when I comes from the critical section, so again it executes the line flag of I is equal to false. So this is nothing but the exit section of I. So flag of I is equal to false. So when flag of I equal to false, when the statement will be executed successfully, then only flag of J will be true. then only flag of J will be true. And again, I goes to the remainder section and J may be able to enter in the critical section. राईट. म्हणजे इथं काय केलंय आपण थोडक्यात ह्या पहिल्या ब्लॉक मध्ये जो काही मी पहिला रेक्टँगल ब्लॉक दाखवलेला आहे, सो दॅट इज नथिंग बट माय intersection of process I. So in the intersection we are checking two conditions. One condition is nothing but flag of current process and second condition is flag of another process. Flag of first process and flag of other process, second process. So both conditions we are checking. So in this, one flag should be true and another should be false. So then only that process whose flag is true is able to enter in the critical section, right? So this is nothing but like here again mutual exclusion is satisfied, because when I will be in the critical section, J will not be there in the critical section, and when J will be in the critical section, I will not be there in its critical section. So that's why again it is said that it satisfies the mutual exclusion. Again, it satisfies the third requirement, bounded waiting, because again this is the solution provided for two processes. Limited processes system मध्ये दोनच प्रोसेसेस आहेत. एक वेटिंग मध्ये असेल तर एक रनिंग मध्ये असणार आहे, आणि जेव्हा ती रनिंग प्रोसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शनच्या बाहेर येईल, जी वेटिंग मध्ये असणार आहे ती रनिंग मध्ये जाणार आहे. त्यामुळे कुठलीच प्रोसेस इन्फिनाइट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम साठी वेटिंग मध्ये राहणार नाहीये. सो दॅट्स वाय थर्ड कंडिशन इज ऑल्सो सॅटिस्फाइड. But again here if you observe keenly, so again somewhat in multi-programming environment, in multi-processor environment, if we execute this, so we may face the problem. How? We'll see. मी काय म्हणलं, जर सिंगल प्रोसेसर असेल तर ऍट अ टाइम एक तर आय सुरू होईल पहिल्यांदा आणि आयच्या नंतरच जे ला चान्स मिळेल, किंवा जे जर पहिल्यांदा सुरू झाली असेल तर आय ला जे च्या नंतर चान्स मिळेल क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायचं. बट प्रोव्हाइडेड दॅट इट इज द सिंगल प्रोसेसर एन्व्हायरमेंट. जर एकच प्रोसेसर असेल तर, जर सपोज माझ्या सिस्टीम मध्ये मल्टिपल प्रोसेसर एन्व्हायरमेंट असेल, दॅट इज नथिंग बट अवर पॅरलल सिस्टीम, मल्टीप्रोसेसर सिस्टीम. जर मल्टीप्रोसेसर सिस्टीम एन्व्हायरमेंट असेल म्हणजे एकापेक्षा जास्त प्रोसेसर आहेत सिस्टीमकडे, तर सिस्टीम काय करेल, दोन प्रोसेसेस असतील तर एका प्रोसेसरवर एक प्रोसेस आणि दुसऱ्या प्रोसेसरवर दुसरी प्रोसेस. म्हणजे काय झालं, दोन प्रोसेसर आहेत आणि दोन प्रोसेसेस आहेत. म्हणजे PI-C1 दॅट इज सॉरी प्रोसेसर 1, PI पहिली प्रोसेस प्रोसेसर 1 मध्ये वर एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला सुरुवात होईल आणि दुसरी प्रोसेस प्रोसेसर 2 वर एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला सुरुवात होईल. आणि असं अजून करा की फॉर्च्युनेटली दोन्ही प्रोसेस एकाच वेळेस सुरू झाल्या, दोन्ही प्रोसेस एकाच वेळेस सुरू झाल्या, तर काय होईल, PI इंटरसेक्शन मध्ये जाईल आणि त्याचा स्वतःचा फ्लॅग ट्रू करेल, PJ पण त्याच्या इंटरसेक्शन मध्ये जाईल आणि त्याचा फ्लॅग ट्रू करेल. राईट. फ्लॅग ऑफ I इज इक्वल टू ट्रू with respect to structure of PI, flag of J is equal to true with respect to structure of PJ. Right? Are you understanding my point? येते लक्षात? Yes, students, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Okay. So if it is multiprocessor environment and if both processes started at the same time, so what happens? Both process flag will be becoming true. Both process flag will be becoming true. एका बाजूला एका प्रोसेसरवर I चा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला आहे आणि दुसऱ्या प्रोसेसरवर J चा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला आहे. So when I is trying to execute next line, that is while flag of J, while I is trying to execute flag of J. So what is the value of flag of J? Flag of J is also true because it is running on another processor. J ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे, ट्रूच असणार आहे. राईट. आणि तिकडे J च्या सिस्टीम मध्ये काय असणार आहे, while flag of I. Yes, students, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Whether my screen is visible? Okay. Okay, I was talking about multiprocessor environment. So both processes are started at the same time. So both processes will make their flag true. So if they are making flag true at a time, and when they are trying to execute the second line from the intersection, that is while flag of J, and in case of structure of J, while flag of I. So in both processes, this condition will be true, right? का तर दोघांचे पण फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेले आहेत. So both flag are true. So that's why while true, do nothing. So what is the meaning of this line? While loop. So while true, जर condition true असेल तर काय करायचंय? काहीच करायचं नाहीये. So what it indicates? So process I also do nothing, in the sense I is also not going to enter in the critical section, and in case of J also, J may not be able to enter in the critical section. Actually, critical section, that is common resources are there, but nobody is entering in the critical section, right? Nobody is entering in the critical section, keeping common resource idle, right? जो जे काही कॉमन रिसोर्सेस आहेत, जे काही कॉमन व्हेरिएबल्स त्यांना युटिलाइज करायचे आहेत, ते फ्रीज राहणार आहेत, बिकॉज नोबडी इज एंटरिंग इन द क्रिटिकल सेक्शन, राइट? सो आयदर both will be trying to enter in the critical section, or both may not be trying to enter in the critical section. जर सपोज दोघं ऍट अ टाइम एक्झिक्यूट नाही झाले, जर सपोज आय पहिल्यांदा एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला लागलीये आणि सपोज आयचा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला आहे आणि व्हाईल फ्लॅग ऑफ जे, जेचा फ्लॅग फॉल्स होता त्यावेळेस, त्यामुळं आय काय करणार आहे? क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाणार आहे. आणि जर सपोज त्यावेळेस जे जर त्याच्या एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये असेल, एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये काय? फ्लॅग ऑफ जे इज इक्वल टू फॉल्स, फ्लॅग ऑफ जे इज इक्वल टू फॉल्स. सो असं पण होऊ शकते, एकतर दोन्ही प्रोसेस एकाच टायमिंगला क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायचा प्रयत्न करतील, पण दोघं पण जाऊ शकणार नाहीत, किंवा ऍट अ टाइम दोघं पण क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंट्री करायचा प्रयत्न करतील, राइट? सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ कंडिशन व्हायोलेशन. This is called as a condition violation, right? So this is the major drawback with respect to this algorithm, which is given over here. So like first algorithm, so this algorithm is also satisfying first requirement, that is mutual exclusion, and third requirement, that is bounded waiting. But with respect to progress, but when the progress is not satisfied, if it is multiprocessor environment. जर single processor environment असेल तर progress satisfy होते इथं, पण multiprocessor environment जर घेतलं तर it is quite difficult to satisfy the progress condition. So in this algorithm, process PI first sets flag of I to be true, signaling that it is ready to enter its critical section. Then PI checks to verify that process PJ is not also ready to enter its critical section. If PJ were ready, then PI would wait until PJ. Otherwise, at this point, PI would enter the critical section. On exiting the critical section, PI would set flag of I to false, allowing other process to enter its critical section, right? So this is about, this first paragraph tells about single processor system, and second paragraph, that is this solution satisfies requirement of mutual exclusion. What is the drawback? It does not satisfy the progress requirement. How it does not satisfies? So here we have given the explanation. Consider the execution of T0 and T1. So T0 stands for thread and T1 also stands for thread. So at time thread 0 executes P0 sets flag of 0 is equal to 2 true, and T1 executes, that is thread 2 executes P1 sets flag of 1 is equal to true in an environment where there are several processors, that's multiprocessor, executing concurrently in the sense both are running at the same time. The CPU is switched from one process to another, that is from T0 to T1. As both flags are true, both processes to be in critical section at the same time, violating the mutual exclusion requirement. आता जसं म्हटलं मी तुम्हाला, एकतर दोघं पण क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जातील किंवा दोघं पण क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाणार नाही. सो दिस इंडिकेट्स it is violating the mutual exclusion requirement. Violate म्हणजे mutual exclusion काय सांगते? At a time एक प्रोसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये असायला पाहिजे. तर इथं काय होतंय या एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये, एकतर दोघंच्या दोघं एंटर करतील किंवा कोणीच एंटर करणार नाही. So this is called as a violating the mutual exclusion requirement. So this is the small drawback with respect to the second algorithm. So any doubt? Actually, drawback of first and second algorithm is almost same, but first in both environment, that is single processor as well as multiprocessor environment, so it is unable to satisfy the progress. But in this second algorithm, in single processor environment, it executes or it satisfies the progress requirement, but in multiprocessor environment, it is unable to satisfy the progress requirement. So hope you got the clear idea. Yes, students, provided that you are listening me. Yes, are you listening to me? Hello. Very few students they are responding. Okay, so you can note down this algorithm, second algorithm. Okay, so from here, algorithm 2. This is the second algorithm under Peterson's algorithm point on the syllabus. Note it down. I request all of you to note it down. So you should write so that you will clear the concepts. Is it over? Okay. Write down the algorithm. This is the structure of process PI in algorithm 2. Do flag of I is equal to true, while flag of J semicolon critical section, flag of I is equal to false, that is the exit section, then reminder section while 1. So you can just note it down, the algorithm. Actually at the right hand side I have just written the things for understanding purpose. So this is the structure of process PI. If you want to write the structure of process PJ, so you have to replace I by J and J by I. Okay, is it over? Yes, students, give me reply. Yes. Okay, so you can note it down. The next part, that is the part of explanation with respect to this algorithm. So in single processor environment, it satisfies the mutual exclusion, it satisfies the progress, as well as by default it satisfies the third requirement, bounded waiting, because only two processes are there.
Recording in progress.
Okay, hope everybody is noting it down. Okay, write down the drawback. It does not satisfy the progress requirement in multiprocessor environment. So explanation of that is given over here. Okay, not over. Hmm. Now is it over, Rutuja? Yes. Is it over? Okay. Okay. So now you can write the drawback. It does not satisfy the progress requirement, and the explanation is given over here. Consider the execution of T0, T1. P0 sets flag of 0 true, P1 sets flag of 1 true. In an environment where there are several processors executing concurrently, the CPU is switched from one process to another. Over now? Yes, students. Okay, so first as well as second algorithm, they are unable to satisfy the progress requirement. So that's why Peterson went to the third algorithm, where almost all the requirements are satisfied. Because in the third algorithm, it takes the help of flag as well as turn variable. So can we proceed further now? Yes. Okay. Okay. So now we'll switch to the third algorithm invented by Peterson based upon the drawbacks of first algorithm and second algorithm, algorithm 3. By combining algorithm 1 and algorithm 2, we obtain correct solution to the critical section problem, which satisfies all the three requirements, that is mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting. The process share two variables, boolean of flag of 2 and integer turn, that is turn from algorithm 1 and flag from algorithm 2. So initially flag of 0 is equal to flag of 1 is equal to false. So like second algorithm, so initial value of both flags, that is 0 and 1, will be set to false. It is initialized to false. The value of turn is either 0 or 1. So either the turn of I will be there or turn of j will be there according to algorithm 1. And then come to the third algorithm. So again small modifications. So instead of checking only turn or flag, so they have checked the turn as well as flag in the intersection. So again, this is the structure of process PI, in algorithm 3. So flag of I is equal to true. So I's flag is made true. Turn is equal to J. So turn is given to J. Listen carefully to understand. फ्लॅग कोणाचा सेट केलेला आहे, कोणाचा ट्रू झालेला आहे आयचा, आणि टर्न कोणाचा आहे जेचा आहे. सो व्हाईल फ्लॅग ऑफ जे and turn is equal to j. So while flag of j, so what is the flag of j here? We are discussing about structure of pi. So if pi started first, so flag of j will be false, right? जर i ही प्रोसेस पहिल्यांदा सुरू झाली असेल सिस्टीम मध्ये, तर j चा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला नसणार आहे, त्यामुळे फ्लॅग ऑफ j will be false. And so here logical and is there, turn is equal to j. So before this while statement, so turn is equal to j. So before that statement, the statement is turn is equal to j. म्हणजे j चा turn दिलेला आहे, turn j ला दिलेला आहे. So what will be the condition inside the while loop? Flag of j is false and turn is equal to j. So false and true. False and true. So what is the output of false and true? Come on. Logical and operation. You are familiar with logical and. Can anybody tell me if it is false true, what will be the output? Come on, students, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
So can anybody tell me if it is false and true, what will be the output according to logical and? What is the output? Logical and तुम्ही शिकलेला आहात, बरोबर आहे? लॉजिकल अँड मध्ये ट्रू असेल तर आउटपुट ट्रू असतं, ट्रू फॉल्स असेल तर आउटपुट फॉल्स असतं, फॉल्स ट्रू असेल तर आउटपुट फॉल्स असतं आणि फॉल्स असेल तरी पण फॉल्स असतं. म्हणजे जेव्हा दोन्ही पण ट्रू असतील तेव्हाच आउटपुट ट्रू असतं, अदरवाइज इट इज फॉल्स. इज इट राईट?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So just try to recall the functioning of logical and the same operation we are using over here. So while flag of j, so flag of, we assume that we started I first, so that's why flag of j is already false. j चा फ्लॅग आपण इनिशियली फॉल्स ला सेट केलेला आहे, i चा पण फॉल्स ला सेट केला होता, पण i स्टार्ट झालेली आहे आणि त्याच्या एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये पहिलं स्टेटमेंट आहे फ्लॅग ऑफ i इज इक्वल टू ट्रू, त्यामुळे फ्लॅग ऑफ i चा फ्लॅग ट्रू झालेला आहे. And then we executed turn is equal to j. So that's why inside the while loop, flag of j will be false and turn of j. So turn is already with j. So that's why the second statement output will be true. So false and true. So false and true, output will be false. So while false, go ahead. Right? So what is the meaning of this statement? Yeah, while च्या condition मध्ये जी while ची कंडिशन जर ट्रू असेल तर काहीच करायचं नाहीये, सेमिकोलन आहे इथं. सो व्हाईल ट्रू डू नथिंग, व्हाईल फॉल्स गो अहेड. व्हाईल ट्रू डू नथिंग, व्हाईल फॉल्स गो अहेड. सो हु इज गोइंग अहेड? I is going ahead, right? So process I is going ahead in the sense I tries to enter in the critical section, right? And once it completes the work inside the critical section, process I so comes to the exit section, and in the exit section it makes its flag false. It makes its flag false. So assume that now j entered in the system, so j will make its flag true, turn will be of I, it will checks the condition while flag of I and turn of I. So flag of I and turn of I. So flag of I is now false and turn is already given to I. So that's why again condition will be false. So while false, go ahead. So j is able to enter in the critical section. Got the clear idea? Yes, students, are you getting my point? Yes. Hello, are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here mutual exclusion is also satisfied because only one process will be in the critical section, because here two conditions we are checking, flag as well as turn, and it allows progress also because here we are checking flag as well as turn. जरी मल्टीप्रोसेसर एन्व्हायरमेंट असेल तरीही आपण फ्लॅग पण चेक करतोय आणि टर्न पण चेक करतोय, त्यामुळं एका वेळेस एकच प्रोसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाणार आहे या केसमध्ये. And by default third condition is satisfied, that is bounded waiting, because only two processes are there. So that's why it is said that this third algorithm satisfies all these three requirements: mutual exclusion, bounded waiting, and progress. Okay, so this is about third algorithm. So this is the structure of process PI. If you want to write the structure of PJ, you have to replace I by J, J by I. जिथं जिथं I आहे त्याला J करायचं आणि जिथं जिथं J आहे त्याला I करायचं. So that is the structure of process PJ. So to enter the critical section, PI first sets flag of I to be true and then sets turn to the value j, allowing that if the other process wishes to enter the critical section, it can do so. Okay, so here the value of turn decides which of the two processes is allowed to enter its critical section. This algorithm satisfies all requirements: mutual exclusion, progress requirement, and bounded waiting requirement. Okay, so this is about this third algorithm. So if anybody is having doubt, they can ask. So this is somewhat difficult to understand. So you need to make the assumptions. इथं तुम्हाला assumptions करायचे आहेत, त्यामुळे थोडंसं difficult जातं understand व्हायला. So still, if anybody is having doubt, they can ask. Otherwise, we'll proceed further. So note it down. Algorithm 3. Hope everybody is listening to me. Hope everybody is listening to me. Very few students, they are responding me. Note it down. Algorithm 3. Peterson's algorithm. So these are the three algorithms discussed by Peterson. Write down the algorithm. So this is the algorithm 3. This is the structure of process PI in algorithm 3. Is it over? Yes. Yes, students, is it over? Okay. Okay, so this is about third algorithm. So you can write it directly. It satisfies all the requirements. Hmm. Okay. So now we'll proceed further to the next point from the syllabus. So here we discussed about 3 algorithms. So actually, n number of algorithms are there, but as a part of our syllabus, we discussed 3 algorithms developed by Peterson. Now we are proceeding further to the next point from the syllabus, that is synchronization hardware. Synchronization hardware, and actually it is called as a hardware. So whatever algorithms we discussed, so these are the software algorithms, that is the programs. So whatever algorithms just now we discussed, 3 algorithms. So we are able to implement these algorithms with the help of programs. So that's why these are called as a software solutions. So 2 types of solutions are there, software and hardware. So just now we discussed software solutions. Now we are proceeding further to the hardware solution. So actually, as compared to software solution, so again software solutions, they are having limitations. So when the software is able to work, if the hardware is supporting, right? जर हार्डवेअर सपोर्ट करत असेल तरच सॉफ्टवेअर वर्क होऊ शकतं. So otherwise software is unable to work, and this is the major drawback of the software solution, and that's why they went to the hardware solutions. So now we are discussing about synchronization hardware. So 2 solutions we are discussing with the help of this synchronization hardware point. So note down next point from the syllabus, that is synchronization hardware. So in this we are discussing about 2 instructions. So you are good familiar with microprocessor. In microprocessor we are discussed about instruction set. So when there will be the concept of instruction, if there is the processor. So what is processor? It is the hardware device, right? Processor काय आहे? It is the hardware chip. So it is the device which we are able to see with our open eyes, and that's why we are calling it as a hardware. So mostly if we burn some software inside the hardware, so we can use that hardware as a working a prototype to execute our program. And the best example, that is nothing but washing machine. So washing machine, it is the hardware, it is looking like a hardware, but inside that hardware the software program is burned, it is inserted, it is embedded, and based upon that program it works, right? वॉशिंग मशीन मध्ये बरेचसे प्रोग्राम सेट केलेले असतात आणि त्या जो प्रोग्राम आपण सेट करतो त्या प्रोग्राम नुसार त्याचं रनिंग होत असतं. Right, so that is nothing but the hardware. So we are taking the help of some software programs which are burned inside the hardware. I'm using the word burn, B-U-R-N, burning. The process of burning is there in case of electronics, that is embedded systems जो काही concept असतो त्यात काय केलेलं असतं, सॉफ्टवेअर प्रोग्राम हार्डवेअर मध्ये बर्न केलेला असतो. जसं की तुम्ही मायक्रो प्रोसेसर मध्ये प्रोग्रामिंग केलेलं आहे, राईट. मायक्रो प्रोसेसरचे प्रोग्राम कसे राईट केले तुम्ही, डायरेक्टली असेंब्ली लँग्वेज मध्ये राईट केलेले आहेत. इज इट राईट? येस स्टुडंट्स?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have taken the help of assembly language instructions. In the same fashion, we are writing the instructions inside that hardware and we are running that hardware with the help of which we are trying to implement our task. In the same fashion here, we are taking the help of two instructions. आपण instructions use करणार आहोत. त्या instructions कोणाचे आहेत? प्रोसेसरचे आहेत. And that's why it is called as a synchronization hardware. So processor is the hardware resource. It is the hardware, most important hardware resource with respect to computer system. So that's why these solutions we are calling as a hardware solutions or synchronization hardware. So now come to the point. So in the synchronization hardware, so we are discussing about the two instructions. So first instruction is the test and set instruction and second one is the swap instruction. So first of all, actually the page is misplaced, so I will discuss with respect to test and set instruction. So it is on the next page, on the swap instruction. Okay, so the point is synchronization hardware. So along with software, hardware features can make the programming task easier and improve system efficiency. So if the software comes or software limitation comes, so how can we avoid the limitations of software? So we can take the help of hardware, with the help of which it is easier to implement the task of programming and improve the system's efficiency. So there are different hardware instructions which are used effectively in solving the critical section problem. So the first instruction is test and set. So name of the instruction itself, it is test and set. जसं की तुम्ही मायक्रोप्रोसेसर मध्ये 8085 चा इंस्ट्रक्शन सेट स्टडी केलाय, 8086 चा आय थिंक थोडासा पार्ट स्टडी केलाय. So each processor is having its own instruction set. So those the person who has invented that processor, so called as a processor designer, so they have prepared a set of instructions and they have set the names of the instructions. So these are the standards. हे काही नावं वगैरे आपण चेंज करू शकत नाही, हे स्टँडर्ड आहेत, आपण फक्त ऍक्सेप्ट केलेले आहे and we are able to use it, right? So the name of the instruction itself, it is test and set instruction. So first of all, you have to test and then you have to set. So we'll see the details and then we'll understand why it is called as a test and set. So first instruction is test and set and second one is the swap. So first of all, we'll discuss about test and set instruction. So this test and set instruction is having its own definition. So this is the definition given over here. So Boolean test and set, Boolean ampersand target. So Boolean RV is equal to target, target is equal to true, return RV. So listen carefully, it's the short definition given over here. So what is the data type of test and set instruction? So data type is Boolean. Either it returns true or false. याचा आउटपुट काय असणार आहे, एक तर फॉल्स असणार आहे किंवा ट्रू असणार आहे. आणि त्याला त्या इन्स्ट्रक्शनला आपण काय पास करणार आहोत, एक बुलियन व्हेरिएबलच पास करणार आहोत. अँड द नेम ऑफ दॅट व्हेरिएबल इज टार्गेट. Okay, so address of that variable we are passing as a input parameter to this particular test and set instruction, and data type of that target is also boolean, right? तर ह्या इन्स्ट्रक्शनला आपण इनपुट बुलियन पास करणार आहोत. बुलियन म्हणजे एकतर फॉल्स पास करू किंवा ट्रू पास करणार आहोत आणि याचा आउटपुट काय असणार आहे, ते परत बुलियनच असणार आहे, एकतर फॉल्स असणार आहे किंवा ट्रू असणार आहे. अँड बेस्ड अपॉन द आउटपुट, सो द इन्स्ट्रक्शन विल बी युज्ड इनसाइड द solution. Okay, so this is the definition. So in the definition, what is done, जे काही आपण इनपुट पॅरामीटर पास केलाय, इनपुट पॅरामीटर काय आहे, टार्गेट आहे. तो पास केलेल्या टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू कशाला असाइन केलेली आहे, एका बुलियन व्हेरिएबलला असाइन केलेली आहे आणि त्या बुलियन व्हेरिएबलचं नाव सेट केलेलं आहे आरव्ही. ओके, सो अगेन इट इज द स्टँडर्ड नेम. डोंट आस्क मी व्हाय द नेम इज आरव्ही. So it is the standard. So we have to just accept as it is and we have to just use it. Okay. So one variable is declared, that is RV, and the value of passed variable, that is target, it is assigned to RV. And after that target value is get changed. जर इनिशियली टार्गेट फॉल्स केला असेल तर त्या डेफिनेशन मध्ये किंवा त्या टेस्ट अँड सेट इन्स्ट्रक्शन मध्ये गेल्यानंतर टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू काय होणार आहे, ट्रू होणार आहे. And finally what it returns, return RV. So it returns the value of RV. So what is the value of RV? It totally depends upon the target. जर टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू आपण फॉल्स पास केली तर आपल्याला फॉल्स मिळणार आहे आउटपुटला. रिटर्न व्हॅल्यू विल बी फॉल्स. इफ इट इज ट्रू, so return value will be true. So like that, this is the definition of test and set, simple definition. And this definition we are using now in the solution. So solution is given below. Okay, so solution was on that page. It is misplaced in my PDF. Okay, this is the solution. Okay, so again mutual exclusion implementation with test and set. So basically again this solution satisfies strongly mutual exclusion, and that's why it is called as a mutual exclusion implementation with test and set. And further, now whatever hardware solution we are discussing, so all these hardware solutions are multiple process solution. These are multiple process solution, म्हणजे ते दोन प्रोसेस साठी लिमिटेड नाही आहे हे सोल्युशन. So these solutions are applicable for multiple processes. In the sense, system consists of more than 2 processes. आता जे काही 3 अल्गोरिदम आपण डिस्कस केले त्यात लिमिटेशन काय होतं, सिस्टीम मध्ये 2च आपण प्रोसेसेस कन्सिडर करू शकतो. 2 पेक्षा जास्त असतील तर ते सोल्युशन ऍप्लिकेबल नाहीये. But this solution is applicable for multiple processes. Okay, so while now listen carefully. Do, again it is infinite do while loop like our previous algorithms. So do while, so in the intersection, so the statement is while test and set log. Okay, so log, it is the common variable over here. Listen carefully, this is the multiple process solution and log, it is the common variable. हे जे काही लॉग व्हेरिएबल आहे हे सगळ्या प्रोसेसेस वापरणार आहेत. किती प्रोसेसेस आहेत सिस्टीम मध्ये, n मल्टिपल n प्रोसेसेस आहेत आणि हा लॉग हा व्हेरिएबल त्या सगळ्या प्रोसेसेस वापरणार आहेत. म्हणजे जर एक प्रोसेस लॉग हा व्हेरिएबल वापरत असेल तर उरलेल्या n-1 त्या लॉग ह्या व्हेरिएबलला लगेच ऍक्सेस करू शकत नाहीत. सो दे आर एबल टू ऍक्सेस आफ्टरवर्ड्स बिकॉज इट इज द कॉमन व्हेरिएबल लाईक काउंटर. Okay, so while test and set log, so we'll see first of all what is log. So log, it is the boolean variable initialized to false. Just a minute. Okay, so this log is the boolean variable. Listen carefully. Log हे काय आहे, boolean प्रकारचं व्हेरिएबल आहे. म्हणजे log ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे, एक तर फॉल्स किंवा ट्रू. And further it is said that this boolean variable is initialized to false. म्हणजे इनिशियली कुठल्या व्हॅल्यूला सेट केलेला आहे log हा false ला सेट केलेला आहे. Okay, so log is set to false. So assume that n processes are there, p1, p2, p3, like that pn processes are there, and assume that P1 tries to execute the code. So each process is having its own structure which is given in front of you. जे काही स्ट्रक्चर आपण डिस्कस करतोय हे स्ट्रक्चर प्रत्येक प्रोसेसचं असणार आहे because this is the multiple process solution. So while test and set log, so assume that first process is executing first P1. So what will the value accessed by P1 of log? So log will be false. राईट, तर P1 ला लॉग ची व्हॅल्यू काय मिळणार आहे, फॉल्स मिळणार आहे. सो दॅट फॉल्स इज पास्ड टू टेस्ट अँड सेट. तर आता आपण टेस्ट अँड सेट ची डेफिनेशन बघितली, राईट. टेस्ट अँड सेट ची आपण डेफिनेशन बघितली. टेस्ट अँड सेटला जेव्हा फॉल्स पास करतो आपण, सो व्हेन वी आर पासिंग फॉल्स, that false, that is nothing but the target, so that is assigned to RV and finally RV is returned. म्हणजे फॉल्स पास केल्यानंतर आरबी ची व्हॅल्यू काय रिटर्न होणार आहे? फॉल्स रिटर्न होणार आहे. राईट, लिसन केअरफुली. आता काय झालेलं आहे, प्रोसेस P1 कोड एक्झिक्यूट सोल्युशन एक्झिक्यूट करायचा प्रयत्न करणार आहे. P1 ला लॉक व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू मिळणार आहे फॉल्स. ती फॉल्स व्हॅल्यू ती टेस्ट अँड सेट इन्स्ट्रक्शनला पास करणार आहे. टेस्ट अँड सेट इन्स्ट्रक्शनला फॉल्स पास केल्यानंतर त्याची रिटर्न व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे? फॉल्स असणार आहे, बिकॉज इट इज रिटर्निंग आरबी. राईट, सो व्हॉट इज द आउटपुट ऑफ दिस टेस्ट अँड सेट? इट इज फॉल्स. राईट, आउटपुट ऑफ टेस्ट अँड सेट विल बी फॉल्स. रीता, आता प्रोसेस P1 न फॉल्स पास केल्यामुळं so process P1 has passed a false, and that's why output of this test and set will be false. So while false, जर while च्या लूप मधली कंडिशन false असेल तर काय करायचंय? go ahead. आणि जर true असेल तर काय करायचंय? do nothing. Yes, so here condition is false. So while false, go ahead. So who is going ahead? P1 is going ahead. In the sense P1 enters in the critical section. Listen carefully. P1 काय केलेली आता? क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये गेलेली आहे आणि क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायच्या अगोदर लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? फॉल्स आहे. ओके, सो टेस्ट अँड सेटचं आउटपुट काय आलेलं आहे? फॉल्स आलेलं आहे. पण टेस्ट अँड सेट मध्ये गेल्यानंतर when we entered in test and set ला आपण फॉल्स पास केलं. फॉल्स पास केल्यानंतर तो आरव्ही ची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स केला, पण टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू करणार आहे. राईट, आरव्ही ची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स झाली पण टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू झालेली आहे. अँड इट इज रिटर्निंग आरव्ही. म्हणजे आरव्ही ची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे? फॉल्स असणार आहे आणि टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू काय झालेली आहे? ट्रू झालेली आहे. टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू झालेली आहे. पास करताना टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू होती फॉल्स आणि आता ती काय झालेली आहे? ट्रू झालेली आहे. ओके, सो नाउ इफ यू ट्रेस आउट दिस टेस्ट अँड सेट, जेव्हा आपण ट्रेस करू P1 साठी, तर P1 लॉक काय आहे? लॉक म्हणजे टार्गेट असणार आहे आपलं. तर टार्गेटची व्हॅल्यू P1 जेव्हा क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाणार आहे, क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जायच्या अगोदर त्याने लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय करून गेलेलं आहे? ट्रू करून गेलेलं आहे. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? बिकॉज लॉक इज नथिंग बट टार्गेट अँड टार्गेट इज चेंज टू ट्रू बाय P1. P1 स्वतः क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये एंटर करण्यासाठी लॉक अगोदर तो घेताना लॉकची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स घेतो, पण एंट्री करताना लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू करून जातो. सो ऍज लॉक बिकेम ट्रू and P1 is inside critical section, and assume that P2 want to enter in the critical section because it is multiple process solution. मग आता P2 critical section मध्ये जायचा प्रयत्न करणार आहे. P1 ऑलरेडी क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये आहे, तर P2 जाऊ शकेल का? नाही जाऊ शकणार. का? तर P2 त्याच्या एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये जाईल. एंट्री सेक्शन मधली लाईन काय? टेस्ट अँड सेट लॉक. आणि P2 ला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय मिळणार आहे? ट्रू. P2 ला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू मिळणार आहे ट्रू. आणि लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू जर टेस्ट अँड सेटला पास केली तर आरव्ही ची व्हॅल्यू पण ट्रू मिळणार आहे आणि आरव्ही तो रिटर्न करणार आहे. म्हणजे काय रिटर्न केलं तो? ट्रू. सो इफ टेस्ट अँड सेट लॉक इट इज ट्रू, म्हणजे फायनली या इन्स्ट्रक्शनचं आउटपुट काय आलं? ट्रू आलं. सो व्हाईल ट्रू, डू नथिंग. मीन्स to P2 it is saying that do nothing because the lock value is true. So that's why P2 is unable to enter in the critical section because P1 is there in the critical section. So when P2 is able to enter in the critical section, जेव्हा P1 exit section ला येईल, exit section मध्ये काय? lock is equal to false. जेव्हा P1 lock ची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स करणार आहे तेव्हाच P2 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाऊ शकणार आहे. Otherwise, if the lock value is true, so nobody is able to enter in the critical section. Yes, students, are you getting my point? Hello? Yes, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any doubt? Anybody not getting it? Can I repeat? Yes, students, can I repeat it? Come on, respond me. Hello. Come on, somebody respond. If you are not getting, I will repeat, otherwise I will go ahead. Let me ask. Jyoti Ekad? Yes, Jyoti?
Yes, ma'am.
So you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
आलं लक्षात? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, somebody chatting. Understand, madam. Okay, Unnati. So let me ask some other students, those who are not responding me. Vaishnavi Jathar? Vaishnavi Jathar?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me ask from B division somebody, because very few students they are responding me. Shruti Adat, roll number 1, B division. Shruti,
Yes, ma'am.
so you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anybody from B division didn't get it, or A division didn't get the concept? Shreyesh Patil?
Yes, ma'am.
So got the clear idea about the solution?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yakub Ramjan.
Yes, ma'am.
So got the solution?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Vijay Nikam? Vijay Nikam, B59. Rutuja Dhole?
Yes, ma'am.
Rutuja Dhole, name your, why you have not written roll number, etc. Only name you have written. Write your roll number, division, etc.
Yes, ma'am. I will read.
Okay, so it seems that everybody understood. I assume that as I asked 5 to 6 students, so everybody is saying that you understood. So I will proceed further instead of repeating the concept. So before that, you may just note down under, you have noted down the point hardware, synchronization hardware. Okay, so under that you can write, along with software, hardware features can make the programming task easier and improve system efficiency. There are different hardware instructions which are used effectively in solving the critical section problem. So note it down. So we are discussing about synchronization hardware. Okay, so write down the definition of test and set. So this is the definition. First instruction is test and set instruction. So major characteristic of this instruction, this test and set instruction is atomic instruction. That is, it is get executed atomically. So that's why it is called as a important characteristic of a test and set. So automatically it will be get executed. No interrupts, nothing during execution, as it is the hardware instruction. So in case of software solution, so interrupts may interrupt and that solution may not be get executed, and that's why then software solution, these hardware solutions are better. Is it over? Definition of test and set. Okay, and after that you have to write the solution. The solution मध्ये आपण test and set instruction कशी वापरली आहे ते दाखवलेलं आहे. This is the solution. Mutual exclusion implementation with test and set. This is the solution, mutual exclusion implementation with test and set. Do while test and set log, critical section, log is equal to false, reminder section, while 1. So whatever brackets I have done over here, जे काही चौकोनी boxes दाखवलेले आहेत, so it indicates entry section, then critical section, and then again exit section, and then reminder section. So in each and every solution, Structure is same. Each process is having its own entry section, its own critical section, its own exit section, and its own reminder section. Okay. So second instruction is the swap instruction. Again, it is very simple. So definition of swap, like test and set, definition of swap is given. So void swap boolean. So to this swap instruction, two values are passed, A and B, and both A and B, their data type is boolean. So either true or false. It is passed to the boolean. So basically, what is the meaning of swapping? Swapping is nothing but exchanging the values. So over here, again, like our swapping process, which here discussed in case of data structure. So temporary variable is taken as the data type of A and B is boolean. So temporary variable data type is also boolean. So this is the definition of swap instruction. So boolean temp is equal to A. So value of A is assigned to temp, value of B is assigned to A, and then value of temp is assigned to B. So that is exchanging values A and B. A ची व्हॅल्यू 4 असेल, B ची व्हॅल्यू 5 असेल, आणि ती आपल्याला जर एक्सचेंज करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला तिसऱ्या व्हेरिएबलचा हेल्प घ्यायला लागते. दॅट इज द टेम्पररी व्हेरिएबल. सो विल असाइन द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ A टू temp, that is 4 will be assigned to temp, then 5 will be assigned to A, and again temp's 4 value will be assigned to B. So exchanging. So this is about swapping operation. According to that swapping process, basic concept of swap. So instructions are also in the same fashion. So we are passing two values in the form of boolean, either true, false, 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 true, true, or false, true. So like that input will be given. So after passing these two values, so value will be interchanged with respect to A and B. This is the definition of swap. And the solution by using swap is again given over here. Let me check. So pages are getting misplaced by me. Okay, so this is the solution, mutual exclusion implementation with the swap instruction. So key is equal to true. So again, it is the multiple process solution. So this will be the structure of either process, as multiple processes are there in the system. So again, we'll assume P1, P2 like Pn. So assume that again P1 is trying to execute. So P1 will makes its key is equal to true. So key, it is the private variable. प्रत्येक प्रोसेस साठी त्याची स्वतःची की असणार आहे, आणि जो काही लॉक व्हेरिएबल वापरलेला आहे इथे स्वॅप मध्ये, लॉक इट इज द कॉमन व्हेरिएबल. लॉक हा ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल आहे, आणि की दिस इज की इज लोकल व्हेरिएबल. ओके, सो लोकल अँड ग्लोबल. प्रत्येक प्रोसेसला त्याची ओन की असणार आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल P1 असेल तर त्याचा K1 असणार आहे. K1 इंडिकेट्स की ऑफ P1. P2 असेल तर P2 चा की K2. P3 असेल तर P3 ची की K3. सो लाईक दॅट ऑनवर्ड्स. सो की इट इज द लोकल व्हेरिएबल अँड लॉक इट इज द ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल. लॉक हा कॉमन व्हेरिएबल आहे जो की सगळ्या प्रोसेसेस वापरणार आहे, आणि की हे लोकल व्हेरिएबल आहे. प्रत्येक प्रोसेस साठी त्याची वेगळी की असणार आहे. ओके, सो अज्युम दॅट प्रोसेस P1 एक्झिक्यूट्स K1 is equal to true. Instead of saying key is equal to true, I am saying K1 because key is the local variable. So K1 is equal to true while key is equal to true. Okay, so key is already set to true, so it is true. So while true, go ahead. So go ahead, what we are doing, swap lock key. So initial value of this lock will be false again. Initially lock कशाला सेट केलेलं आहे, false value ला सेट केलेलं आहे. So lock is again boolean variable. So swap lock comma key. So which two values we are passing to the swap instruction? First is lock, and the value of lock will be false initially. So that's why P1 will use false comma true. Value of key will be true. So false and true will be passed to swap. Right? Swap ला false आणि true pass केलेलं आहे. मग swap मध्ये गेल्यानंतर काय होणार आहे? Swap च्या डेफिनेशन नुसार false true it is passed. So value of A will be false, B will be true. So value of A is assigned to temp, and value of B will be assigned to A, and value of temp will be assigned to B. म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय होणार आहे, लॉक ची व्हॅल्यू काय होणार आहे आता, कम ऑन, Yes, students, are you listening to me? Come on, who will tell me? आपण पास काय करतोय? फॉल्स आणि ट्रू पास करतोय. मग स्वॅप इन्स्ट्रक्शन अप्लाय केल्यानंतर लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय होईल आणि कीची व्हॅल्यू काय होईल? Come on, somebody, at least one student from the whole class. Yes, students, आपण स्वॅपिंग करणार आहोत. पास करताना आपण व्हॅल्यू पास केलेली आहे फॉल्स, लॉकची फॉल्स केलेली आहे आणि कीची ट्रू केलेली आहे. तर स्वॅपिंग झाल्यानंतर काय होणार आहे?
कीची फॉल्स आणि लॉकची ट्रू.
गुड. लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू होणार आहे आणि कीची फॉल्स होणार आहे. म्हणजे लॉक ट्रू झाला म्हणजे आता त्या लॉकला मी म्हटलं की प्रोसेस P1 एक्झिक्यूट होणार आहे. मग प्रोसेस P1 न काय केलं? स्वॅप इन्स्ट्रक्शन एक्झिक्यूट केली आणि लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू केली आणि कीची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स केली आणि प्रोसेस P1 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये गेली. म्हणजे P1 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाताना लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय करून गेली? ट्रू करून गेली. आता असं अजून करा, P1 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये आहे आणि P2 ला पण क्रिटिकल सेक्शन ऍक्सेस करायचे. मग आता P2 काय करेल? P2 पहिल्यांदा एंट्री सेक्शन मध्ये जाईल. P2 एंट्री सेक्शन एक्झिक्यूट करेल. P2 एंट्री सेक्शन मधली त्याची कीची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू करेल, K2 ट्रू करेल. त्यानंतर व्हाईल K2 ट्रू स्वॅप लॉक अँड की. मग आता P2 ला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू काय मिळणार आहे? ट्रू मिळणार आहे. राईट. So P2 will get the lock value true and its key is also true. So after swapping, again lock will be true and key will be true because we are passing true. P1 ना काय पास केलं होतं स्वॅपला? फॉल्स ट्रू पास केलं होतं आणि आता P2 न काय पास केलं? ट्रू पास केलं. ट्रू पास केल्यानंतर एक्सचेंज केल्यानंतर पण ट्रूच व्हॅल्यू राहणार आहे. राईट. In short, I just want to say that P1 entered in the critical section by making lock's value true, indicating that I am using critical section, don't enter in the critical section. आणि जोपर्यंत लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू असणार आहे तोपर्यंत क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये दुसऱ्या कुठल्याच प्रोसेस एंटर करू शकणार नाही. आणि जेव्हा P1 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मधून बाहेर येईल, एक्झिट सेक्शनला जाईल, एक्झिट सेक्शन मध्ये P1 काय करणार आहे? लॉकची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स करणार आहे. So when P1 executes, lock is equal to false, then only P2 is able to enter in the critical section because P2 will get the lock's value false. जोपर्यंत P2 ला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स मिळत नाही तोपर्यंत P2 क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाऊ शकत नाही. इन द सेम फॅशन P2 च्या ऐवजी जर P3 घेतलं, P3 ला पण लॉक पाहिजे. P3 ला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू मिळाली तर P3 एंटर करणार नाही बिकॉज लॉक इंडिकेट्स दॅट P1 इज बिकॉज somebody is already there in the critical section. So in short, I just want to say that लॉकची व्हॅल्यू ट्रू असेल तर ते काय दाखवते? कुणीतरी क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये आहे त्यामुळे आपण एंट्री करू शकत नाही. आणि जेव्हा ती प्रोसेस कधी एंटर करू शकेल? जेव्हा त्या प्रोसेसला लॉकची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स मिळेल. राईट. सो इन द सेन्स, सो अगेन नेम ऑफ दिस सोल्युशन इज म्युच्युअल एक्सक्लुजन इम्प्लिमेंटेशन विथ द स्वॅप इन्स्ट्रक्शन. जोपर्यंत एक प्रोसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये आहे तोपर्यंत उरलेल्या n-1 प्रोसेसेस क्रिटिकल सेक्शन मध्ये जाऊ शकत नाहीत बिकॉज दे आर गेटिंग द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ लॉक ऍज अ ट्रू. राईट. So this is about the second instruction, that is swap instruction. So hope you got the clear idea. Yes. Yes, students. Okay. So just note down the second instruction, swap. So maybe a few minutes I will extend the lecture. So write down the second instruction, swap. Write down the definition of swap. Write down the definition of swap instruction. And then I will show you the solution. You can note it down and parallelly I will take the attendance. You can write parallelly I will take the attendance. You have to write the definition of swap instruction as well as then after definition you have to write the solution where we use the swap instruction. Okay. So TYA division. Okay. 1.
Present, ma'am.
3,
Yes, ma'am.
4,
Present, ma'am.
5,
Present, ma'am.
6. Roll number 6,
Present, ma'am.
7,
Present, ma'am.
8, 9, 10. Roll number 10,
Present, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
14,
Yes, ma'am.
15,
Present, ma'am.
16,
Present, ma'am.
17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Yes, ma'am.
24,
Yes, ma'am.
25,
Yes, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31,
Present, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Present, ma'am.
36,
Yes, ma'am.
37,
Present, ma'am.
38, 39,
Present, ma'am.
40,
Present, ma'am.
41, 42,
Present, ma'am.
43,
42 present.
43,
41 present, ma'am.
43 is there, 44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Present, ma'am.
46,
Present, ma'am.
47,
Present, ma'am.
48,
Present, ma'am.
49, 50, 51, 52, 53,
Present, ma'am.
54,
Present, ma'am.
55, 56,
Present, ma'am.
57,
Present, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59,
Present, ma'am.
60,
Present, ma'am.
61,
Yes, ma'am.
62, 63, 64,
Yes, ma'am.
65,
Present, ma'am.
66,
Present, ma'am.
67, 68,
Present, ma'am.
69,
Present, ma'am.
70,
Present, ma'am.
71,
Yes, ma'am.
72,
Present, ma'am.
73, 74, 74, 75,
Yes, ma'am.
6, 76, 77,
Present.
78,
Present.
79,
Present, ma'am.
80.
Present.
So TYB division, roll number 1,
Present, ma'am.
roll number 2,
Present, ma'am.
3, 4, roll number 3, Anushka, why you are not responding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 4, B4, 5,
Present, ma'am.
6, 7, 8,
Present, ma'am.
9,
Present, ma'am.
10,
Yes, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
14, 14, 15,
Present, ma'am.
16,
Yes, ma'am.
17, 18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21.
Present.
Just a minute. Ma'am, scroll up. Some theory is there. Unnati, have you written? Yes, Unnati Daigude. Unnati Daigude. You're not written. Okay. So I will scroll up. So this is the part of theory. You can note it down. Just a minute. No, it's another algorithm. You can note down this part. So I was talking about what was the last number I called? Who will tell? Whether 18 is there? B18. Vaishnavi. 19. 20 is there. 21.
Present.
22. B22. 23.
Present, ma'am.
24. 25. 26. 27.
Present, ma'am.
28.
Yes, ma'am.
29. 30.
Present.
31. 32. 33.
Ma'am.
33.
Present, ma'am.
34.
Present, ma'am.
35.
Present, ma'am.
36.
Present, ma'am.
37.
Present.
38.
Present, ma'am.
39. 40.
Present, ma'am.
41.
Present, ma'am.
42. 43. 44.
Present, ma'am.
45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50.
Present, ma'am.
51. 51. 52.
Present, ma'am. 52.
53.
Present, ma'am. 53.
54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60.
Yes, ma'am.
61. 62. 63.
Present, ma'am.
64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70.
Present, ma'am.
71.
Present, ma'am.
72, 73,
Yes, ma'am.
74, 75,
Present, ma'am.
76, 77, 78,
ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Present.
77 is there,
Yeah, ma'am.
79, 80. Okay. Okay, so anybody missed to give with the attendance?
A41. B26.
67. Just a minute. A67. Who is there?
A41.
A41. Okay.
B32, ma'am. B32.
B32. Okay, no problem.
B18, ma'am.
B18 already present.
B26, ma'am.
26. Okay.
B04, ma'am.
24. B4. Okay.
B52, ma'am.
B52. Present. Over. Okay. So I will take the photograph and I will post on your group. If you are having doubt, you can ask. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you. You may leave.